Okay, so I'm going to try this again as this is now take two, as they say in the TV world. So I'm just going to make sure I am where I need to be on my platform. So let me just check again, double check, triple check, quadruple check. All right, I am there now, I think. Let's make sure this is me. Yes, I am. Sunday. It is Sunday. It's just about 10:19 p.m. Eastern time. It is a okay, well, that's the other one. That's not this one. Interesting. To share with you the cosmic. So I'm not sure what happened there. So let's see if we can find me. Excuse the interruptions here. Excuse the craziness. Mm-mm. All right, there I am. Let's just make sure. Loving, loving, loving this. All right, there I am. All right, so I am now on my YouTube channel. I will be hopping over to the other two channels in just a second. So those of you who are here with me, hang in there. I was just having a little technical difficulties. Those who are watching on my YouTube page, please go ahead and hit that like button. Remember to sound the bell so you'll know when I do go live, and subscribe if you haven't already. So we're on the YouTube channel. I'm going to bounce back over to my Twitter page because I probably threw them off course. Making sure I am where I need to be. There I am. To all those who are watching on Twitter, go ahead and hit that little heart so I know that you are here. And then I'm going to land where I mostly land, which is my Facebook page, and get diving into this. There we go. All right. Good evening, Robin. Thank you for being here with me tonight. So, again, for those of you, this is, as I said, take two. I'm going to reintroduce myself, Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast deck. Super excited to be here this evening to share with you the cosmic energy forecast for the week of March 6th, right through March 12th. And there's some magical energy happening this week. Big energy for that matter, as Mercury is getting ready to move out of Aquarius and move into Pisces. Now, what does that actually mean for every one of us? Mercury is our planet of communication, scheduling, planning, traveling, so movement. And it's also connecting into Pisces energy. Pisces is the 12th house energy, which means has all the energy of all 12 planets. But Pisces is also about intuition, psychic abilities, dreams, visionaries, imagination. And when we bring those two together, we bring Mercury into Pisces, that could be some juicy energy, because our intuition is really about how we communicate, and Mercury is how we communicate. So many of us over this period of Mercury being in Pisces can actually activate our communication with one another, with ourselves, and here's the juicy part, with spirit. So what I like to do tonight is I'm going to be pulling some cards. I'm going to be doing readings for all 12 zodiac signs, tapping into sun, moon, and rising, and you'll have up to 9 cards to work with tonight through the whole week, which hopefully that's going to give you a handful of chakras to work on as well for this week to align you to the very things you're looking to create. Because when we think about Mercury, Mercury is the planet of communication, creating, teaching, learning, scheduling, listening, expressing. So there's a lot of energy. And as long as your chakras are in alignment for you to receive, you can be a magical being this week. Now, another thing I want to also make a notation on, which is actually for next Sunday's energy, but I want to bring that into play as well, just to give you an idea to why you may be feeling a little overwhelmed with your energy, is as of next Sunday, those who are on the East Coast and those who actually, I don't know if we all experience this, but we're actually changing seasons. We're going to be at, no, sorry, a little soon for that. Change it over. We're going into daylight savings time, which means our time frame is going to be different. I do believe we're going to lose an hour if I'm not mistaken. So I think Sunday morning when I get up next Sunday morning, it's going to probably be, usually I get up at 9, but if I don't change my clock, I think it's going to be earlier. Always screw up from that. But then also noting that the following week, we're going to be going into spring. So there's a lot of shifting going on over the next 3 weeks between the 9th of March, where Mercury shifts into Pisces. The following week, the clocks change, and then the following week after that, seasons change, all within weeks of each other. And anytime we have that much energy shifting, that creates a lot of energy as well. And I also believe I'm thinking too that there's another planet that I don't think so. Maybe the other planet doesn't shift yet. Anyway, let's stay on track. So what I like to do tonight at this very moment is I like to just go over all of the zodiac signs. And I'm going to be pulling 3 cards for each zodiac sign, which means you're going to get up to 9 cards to work with. Now, if you happen to be a triple threat, that means you're going to have 3 cards to work with. If you are, let's say you have a double zodiac sign, let's say you have the sun and moon in the same zodiac and your rising signs are different, which means you'll have 2 cards to work with. So it really depends on where you are. I want to just give a shout out to Sue, who's here with me this evening. Hello, hello. And anybody else who bounces in, please let me know that you are here. And at some point, I will say hello to you. So again, here we go. I'm going to be diving in, starting off with Aries and working our way down all the way to Pisces, and 3 cards for each zodiac sign, which means you're going to have up to 9 cards to work with. And I'm always curious, and I may need to actually go back and watch this myself to find out the answer to this question, but I am really curious if we ever have a zodiac sign that actually gets to work with all 7 chakras based on up to 9 cards. So I'm kind of curious, but I don't think that's ever happened, but maybe we'll figure that one out. All right, so the cards that all fell out for Aries right now, so we're going to be working on Aries, 3 cards. So Aries, for you, 1 of your 3 cards are in reverse. 2 of them are associated with your throat chakra. So let's dive into this. Your very first card for Aries is all about engage, but it's in reverse. So what are you engaging in, or what is it you want to engage in, but perhaps you're having a little bit of resistance with? What is it you want to engage in? Perhaps you're having a little resistance with. Now, note that Aries, you're in your 12th house energy. So you might be engaging in a lot of different things in reference to trying to tie up some loose ends. Now, the number 27 is 9. So that means there's something that you are completing, which makes sense because you are in your 12th house energy. You are tying up loose ends. Maybe there's a conversation that you want to have. Maybe it's a process of chatting with your boss and engaging in a conversation of either maybe a promotion or maybe letting your boss know that it's time for you to go. But the card's in reverse, so you are contemplating this, but you haven't been ready to say it yet. This is your week to do that. Mercury is going to give you the opportunity to express something to someone. It could be work-related, or it could just be a general conversation with somebody else. But there's definitely a conversation that you will be engaging in. The next card, which is interesting, that shows up is domestic harmony, which means house, your home. So maybe that conversation is related to the home. 22 is your master number, being the master builder. What are you building this week? What do you need to have a conversation on regarding building? Because again, that's the throat chakra. Throat chakra. So there's definitely something going on in the household because this is now the house. So here I thought it was job related. It's more the home. It's your home. But your job could be your home as well. Because when we think of home, we think of 3 places. At least I think of 3 places. And those are your job, your physical body, and your actual home. So that communication, where do you need to have that conversation? How is Mercury going to help you in your conversations? How is Mercury going to help you end something, complete something? And what is it you're building? An interesting card to come next is forgiveness. Forgiveness is the crown chakra. So again, we're back into that 9 energy. So there's definitely a transformation taking place for you Aries out there. You're doing some sort of forgiving, whether it's forgiving yourself, maybe having a conversation saying sorry to somebody, or you're just forgiving yourself in reference to forgiving yourself for staying someplace too long. So this is definitely something that serves your higher consciousness, higher self. So I want you to think about that, Aries, and I would love, love, love to know how that lands with you, how that lands with you. Now, what I'm going to try to do here, if I can, trying to grab a piece of paper. I want to see if I can be studious while doing this, but maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see if I can get some paper and a pen and see if I can be studious on this because I'm kind of curious. And I might or may not be able to do this, but let's find out. So maybe not. Too much work. Anyway, so yes, so you Aries out there, this is definitely a week for communication, a conversation that you want to have, and stepping in space of forgiving yourself or forgiving somebody else. There's definitely completion here. So I'm loving that for you, Aries. Now, if there's someone who's watching who would be studious enough for me to keep track of each zodiac sign. I'd be kind of curious to know if there is any zodiac sign that actually gets to work on all 7 chakras. It's just too much for me to do at one time. So if there's someone who's watching the whole time with me and you just want to take some notes down, Aries had 2 throat chakras and crown chakra. So throat chakra and crown chakra. Throat and crown for Aries. So double throat for Aries. All right, so we're moving into Taurus now. For you Taurus out there, love it. And you Taurus, just to give you a little FYI, the moon is actually in Taurus energy for the next 48 hours. It was there today. It will be there tomorrow and then there until Tuesday. So when we think about the moon energy is how you feel about your physical and material possessions. When we think about where you are right now in Pisces energy, that's the 11th house energy. So that is all about your community, not community, how you need to communicate with your community. What do you want to say? Who do you want to talk to? How do you want to get out there? How do you want to embrace? I'm loving the cards. Okay, so here we have it. I'm loving these cards. So Taurus, for you, you have 2 cards in reverse, 1 card upright. Both 2 cards are in the heart, 1 in the crown. So far, there's a lot of crown work going on. So very first card in reverse is spiritual guidance. And it's so interesting because when we talk about Mercury right now, that connection that's going to allow us to have a connection with spirit. So this is definitely your week, Taurus, to really captivate on that spirit guidance. So if there's something you need to know, take time out to connect with your spirits. 3-4 is that 7 energy, is finding balance so you can communicate and how communicating with spirit can help you build a foundation. The heart chakra. So working on the heart so you can literally connect and release whatever you need to release so you can find that balance. That 7 is really about going within. So making the time to connect with spirit this week. The card's in reverse though, so lots of communication that you need to have, you want to have. Interesting card on the second one, which is about higher self. And when we do connect with spirit through meditation, we are tapping into our higher self. This 11 energy is about healing relationship with self on a higher level. That's that crown energy. So Taurus, you were doing some work this week with this Mercury energy moving into Pisces. So I'm loving that. And quite interesting for you, Taurus, the third card is also in reverse, which is associated with the heart. This is your week. You need Reiki. You need Reiki to help you clear some energy. So Taurus, for you Taurus out there, whether you're sun, moon, or rising, please schedule a Reiki appointment. So this way here, you can activate this energy. You can activate this energy because there is some energy that feels a little stuck or stagnant. So definitely, if you really want to captivate into this Mercury, into Pisces, as it does move in towards the middle of the week, please call and redeem your 10-minute complimentary Reiki treatment. Okay, you must redeem that within the next 24 hours to take advantage of it. So that's Taurus. Love that. All right, we're moving into Gemini. Gemini, you're in your 10th house energy, which is all about the work you're here to do this week and how Mercury is going to help you with your work this week. How Mercury is going to help you communicate by doing your work this week. Who do you need to talk to this week? What leads do you want to pick up on? How do you want to network? How do you want to connect? How do you want to create this week? Mercury's going to help you with that. Let's see what's in store. Interesting set of cards for Gemini. So Gemini, one of your cards in reverse, we're working with double heart, but when we talk about the double heart, it's the center of the heart and the high heart and then the throat chakra. Let's talk about doing some healing this week, Gemini. What do you need to heal this week? When we think about healing, it's also the work that you came here to do, the physical, the emotional, the spiritual, the mental. What do you need to work on? How can you move into the high heart of compassion and love? It's very important to schedule some time this week to do some healing work. Whether that healing work is physical work or that healing work is more spiritual work, but it's definitely time to schedule it in. Also, upon healing and scheduling time, another card that shows up is play. So sometimes play is a great way to heal as well. Allowing you to play, which allows you to tap into your inner child. That number 1 and 6, which is 7. This is a great week to find a balance so you can balance time so you can play. So if you're spending a lot of time working, make sure you're incorporating some time into play. Allow yourself to connect with your inner child through communication. And again, with this Mercury energy moving into Pisces, this might be a really great week for you to have a conversation with your inner child and see what she or he needs for play. I love that. Interesting on the third card, which is in reverse. Again, the heart. And this is about faith. So have faith that whatever it is you need to heal from, whether it's an inner child wound, and having faith that play will actually help you to heal. 5, 6 is 11. So this is really about healing, being the master healer in your relationships. Being the master healer in your relationship. So I'm loving that for you Geminis out there. This is the week for you to do some work, serious work, scheduling time to heal, scheduling time to play, but also having faith that everything will work out as you do your healing work. As you do your healing work. Okay. Love that for Gemini. So remember, this is your week to heal, but also remember to balance out some time in play as well. And that 11 is all about being the master healer. You are the master healer in your relationship. You are the master healer in the relationship you have with yourself. It's really important to make sure you activate that energy between you and your inner child through play. And whatever play is for you. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Cancer. You guys are in your ninth house energy, so there might be some exploring, there might be some traveling, there might be some education coming in. When we think about education, it doesn't have to always be about book learned. It could be spiritual. It could be things you learn from one another. So let's see what's in store for you guys this week with the help of Mercury. All right. Love it. All right. Okay, interesting cards for Cancer. So again, one card's in reverse. We have 2 cards in the heart chakra. So let's see what we got going on here for you Cancer. So Cancer, know that you're an old soul. You've been here before, but also along with the old soul, that means that spirit, there's someone that has crossed over that is ready and willing to communicate with you. All you have to do is call, like, not even call on them, but just be open to what they have to say. Like, literally think about them. And if you don't know who that person is, just literally verbally say, I'm open to hearing from you, whomever you are. So trust it. That solar plex energy is trusting that you're an old soul and trusting that you can connect with an old soul as well. This could also mean that an old friend is going to be coming back, have a conversation with you. 2 and 6 is 8. 8 is about the balance and harmony that comes through when you work with your old soul. It's also about what you're here to achieve and how successful you are and recognizing your achievements in this lifetime. Love that. Second card, which is in reverse, is all about spirit guidance. So this showed up in, I believe it was the Taurus card. So this is now showing up in the Cancer card. So this is about spiritual guidance, which is that old soul again. So definitely connecting with your spirit guides. The cards in reverse, though, that's 7 energy, balancing your time so you can connect with your spirit. And I so love this order. We have 8, we have 7. I love that order so far. Love it, love it, love it. Now let's talk about the third card. The third card is about surrendering. We have to surrender sometimes. When we go into a space of connecting with spirit, we have to surrender our expectations to what's going to show up when we connect with spirit. If we go in thinking that things are supposed to show up a certain way, sometimes we miss out on the message. So surrender your expectations to what's supposed to show up. Also surrender your expectation to who's supposed to show up. So if you're expecting a certain loved one to show up and a different loved one shows up, don't be disappointed and not listen to the message. So surrender that idea of what you expect. 6 and 8 works out to be a 5. So there's many changes coming in as you surrender, as you become more connected with your spirit guides, and being aware of that. Hello there, Marilyn. How are you? Being aware. And this is going to help you as you surrender. It's going to help you lighten up in your heart so you do not feel so heavy. Lots of changes with the 6 and 8 energy, that 5 energy. Freedom, change, curiosity, courageousness to make changes. All right. Love that for Cancer. Love, love, love that. Love that. All right, we're moving into Leo. So Leo, for you guys, you're in your 8th house energy. So Mercury may very well be helping you to let go of some old stuff so you can make space for something new to come in. There's a transformation that's definitely going to be taking place this week. So kind of curious to know what Mercury is going to help with that. And let's see what chakras you need to work on this week so you can be in alignment to this amazing energy. Love that. Quite interesting. All right, so here you have it, Leos. Ooh, let's take a breath here. Let's take a breath. So Leo, as you are in the space of the 8th house energy of letting things go, works out really nicely. We have all 3 of your cards are in upright position. So as you're letting things go, you get a completion. You're getting a completion this week. Something's coming to an end as you're letting things go, which is awesome. That 9 is about a transformation, decluttering, surrendering, transitioning, evolving. The chakra to work on is your sacral energy. So perhaps as you work on your sacral energy, it may very well be the time to let go of judgment, shame, guilt, and blame. So you can be more empowered by your feminine and masculine energy. Just giving a shout out again to Marilyn, and also Donna. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So when we think about this week's energy, what are you completing? What are you completing, you Leos out there? This is a completion. Something's coming to an end for you. And that 9 energy is really about that transition. Also, when we think about that 9 in astrology, it's about traveling and also your spiritual wisdom, which Mercury may very well help you with. So let's talk about the second card, balance. Balance. How can you bring more balance into your life this week? How can you bring more balance? That 7 and 6 works out to be a 13, which is 4. So this is about your foundation. This is also about being patient as you create more balance. Maybe that completion that's coming in is going to help you bring more balance into your life. And this is about the high heart. So this is about more compassion with yourself. And I so love the last card that's showing up here, which is all about success. So when we think about the success and we think about balance and we think about completion, maybe this is related to your work. Maybe this is related to your work. Maybe Mercury is going to help you bring work into balance so you can be more successful. So again, because you Leos are in a space of letting something go so you can bring something new in, which is that 8 energy, it may very well be about changing your position at work, changing your entire job in itself so you can have more success. Trust, which is the solar plex energy, trust this process for this week and be open to the unlimited possibilities that are taking place this week. So trust that if you need to have a conversation or that someone has a conversation with you, trust that everything's in perfect order and success is going to come out of that conversation. Because that 8 energy is really about letting something go so you can bring something new in so there could be a transformation, which brings a lot of balance into your life. I love that for you, Leos. Oh my God. All right, Virgos. Virgo, you are in your seventh house energy according to astrology, which is really about the balance you need this week. So finding balance this week and how Mercury going into Pisces this week may help you find that balance in your communication. As much as you may want to talk, this may be a great time for you to listen. Pay attention this week, where it's not so much about what you need to say to someone. Maybe you need to listen. Maybe you need to listen. Maybe somebody wants to say something to you. You just need to hear them out. You don't need to have a comment. You just need to hear them out. So let's see what's in store for you, Virgos. What chakras can you work on this week so you can gain this amazing energy and insight that's coming in for you this week? I love the first card. The second card looks pretty good. All right, here we have it. So again, Virgos, you are in the seventh house, which is all about that balancing things out, balancing the communication between expressing and listening. And the first card leads into freedom. When you learn to do that this week, you get freedom. There is definitely a change coming into play. So you definitely need to be courageous enough to take it to make a change, which means getting grounded. So allowing yourself to be more connected to Earth. And interesting enough, as Virgos, you are very grounded. You're an Earth sign. So this is very easy for you to be more centered and be able to step into that freedom. So change is definitely on its way this week. And loving the second card, which is all about love partnership. So whatever that change is coming, is connected to, it's definitely associated with your love partnership. So that's a fun thing. There's a conversation taking place regarding your love partnership. Now, if you're a Virgo who is not in a relationship, this might actually be an opportunity where you might be meeting somebody this week. So that change may be leading into a new relationship. Now, you might be in a relationship and maybe there's a conversation that's going to lead to maybe a proposal. Interesting. 6 and 3 is 9. So 9 is about a transformation. 9 is about a completion. 9 is about ending something and starting something. And because it's associated with love partnership, it could be ending a chapter and starting up a new chapter in that relationship. And the conversation, throat chakra. Conversation is obviously a conversation, but be willing to listen. Be willing to listen. See what shows up. I love that. All right, third card is about fearless. So be fearless this week. Be fearless. Allow yourself to be in a space of confidence this week. Whatever it is, be confident about it. 7 and 8 works out to be 15, which is 6. This is an amazing week for karmic cycle, karmic completion, and also a lot of healing. So that 5 energy is about change. The 6 is about how you heal. And then you have a 9, which allows you to transform. Love that for Virgos. Oh my God, that's exciting for Virgos, especially because it brings more balance in for you this week. But be very aware, mindful that as Mercury moves into Pisces, this is a great time for you to learn to express, but also learn to listen. Love it. All right, Libras. You Libras out there, you're in your 6th house energy, which is about how you want to schedule time, how you want to be aware of your health, fitness, and wellness this week. Scheduling, balancing, because you're all about balance. If you don't have balance in your life, you get a little cray-cray. So let's see what Mercury is going to help you with this week. And remembering, guys, that Mercury is not in retrograde. Mercury is just moving into Pisces. Just so you don't get confused and start to get worried that, oh my God, nope. All right, so Libras, loving the first card, loving the second card. And, oops, here's the third card. Okay, Libras. So again, all about your 6th house energy, which is all about the scheduling. So, first card is about being a leader. You have 2 cards in solar plex energy. All 3 cards are upright. So this is your week to be a leader. A leader. How can you lead? What are you leading in? 5 is 10. So recognize 5 is first about change. So some sort of change is taking place, allowing you to be more independent, allowing you to be the person in charge. This is work related. This is work related. Very important to stay grounded this week. So if you find yourself being scattered, distracted, or a little dizzy, it's really important to get grounded so you can make quick decisions. Love that. Now, the first card again is 10. I want you to know, I want you to pay attention to this because these numbers mean something. Second card is 9. First card is 10. Second card is 9. Major transformation taking place for you Libras out there. 9. Major transformation. Transformation. That's what it actually says. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Let me get it further back so you can see. Major transformation. Trust this week's energy. And I'm going to explain why in 1 second. Third card is 8. So we have 10, 9, 8. Everything is in perfect order. Everything is in perfect order. Old soul. Now, when I hear old soul for this particular situation, well, this is reminding you that you have support. You have spirit guides that are there supporting you. That someone who's crossed over is on the other side helping you out. Tap into them. Ask them to help you be the leader you are this week. That 8 energy is all about letting go of all the old stories, the things that weigh you down, and allow yourself to go through that transformation this week and be the leader. In your cards, it really is perfect order. 10, 9, 8. All 3 of your cards, 2 of them are in your solar plex. So it's really important to work on your solar plex energy. But we have that 9 energy, we have that 8 energy, and we have that 10 energy. Perfect order. Let me see if I can hold it in that way so you guys can see it. Let's see. 10, 9, 8. Perfect order for you Libras. I don't think that can get any better than that. So know that Mercury moving into Pisces this week is definitely going to help you out, and that this is a magical week for you to connect with loved ones. Hello, Stella. How are you, my love? All right, we're moving into Scorpios. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. So Scorpio, this is your week. Well, Pisces season for that matter is your time to have fun. You're in your 5th house energy, so creativity, expressing, intimacy, fun, adventure. Did I say fun? So this is a fun week. This is a fun time to communicate. And also it's really important for you to communicate in a fun way. So conversations don't need to be so serious. You could communicate in a more playful way this week. So let's see what's happening for you Scorpios. And remember that adventure is in store for you, fun is in store for you, and creativity is in store for you. All right, so here we have it. So for you Scorpios out there, we're looking at 2 cards in your 3rd eye, 1 in your root chakra. We have 1 card in reverse. So here we go. So you Scorpios, this is about master teacher, your 11 energy. That 11 is how you are being the master healer in your relationships. You're the master teacher. You get to teach people about how to heal. You get to teach people how you're healing yourself so your relationships can be healthier. 3rd eye, start visualizing all the relationships that you are in at the highest level it can be in, so relationships can be healthier for you. Love that. And also while you're doing this work, remember to have fun and recognize that you get to create. You are the creator. You are the master teacher. You get to create this. So if you want the relationships to be healthy, start creating those healthy relationships. That's that 3 and 8. When we think about that 11, it's associated with community and astrology, but it also holds the same meaning of the number 2, which is your partnerships, your relationships. So leading us right into the 2nd card, which is focus. What are you focused on? Are you only focused on how your relationships are so challenging, or can you focus on how your relationships are healthy and how you're attracting relationships on the highest level possible? You get to focus. You get to build the relationships you wish to build. That's that master teacher, master healer that you are. Loving the 3rd card, which is in reverso. So the 3rd card's about your karmic completion. So maybe there is a relationship that is helping you to complete a cycle. Recognize that as you complete a cycle, something new is coming in. So again, you get to create this. What you focus on is what you're creating. You are creating a new foundation with a relationship. A karmic completion is taking place. Get grounded. Find that balance. Find that stabilization between you and the other person. Find that balance. Find that place of feeling supported is what I just heard. Feel supported in these relationships that you wish to create. So if you want to feel more supported, start asking for help. And this way here, you can have that support. Sometimes we tend to think we have to do everything on our own. And when we do that, then we don't feel like we're being supported. So if you actually start to say, I need help, this is what I need help with, and then be willing to receive the help, then you receive support. And that's part of the new ways of doing things in your relationships. Love that for Scorpios. All right. Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, this is all about your fourth house energy, which is about being home. It's about family. It's about nurturing. It's about caring. It may also be about the relationship you have with mom. Cancer energy is all about relationship with mom, mother figures, and also what is it you're mothering? What projects are you mothering? How do you need to have a conversation in this amazing energy? So let's see, Sag, what do you need to know for this week in your fourth house? Dealing with family, home, nurturing, and maybe even dealing with some mother issues. Maybe seeing yourself as a mother, maybe having a conversation with your mother, maybe seeing yourself how people see you as a mother. Let's see what's in store. Quite interesting here. I felt like I just had these cards. So, here we have it. We have 2 root chakras, 1 high heart. All 3 cards are in the upright position, so that's a good thing. So when we talk about the fourth house, and we talk about family, home, and mother, let's see if we can bring some balance. Balance. When we have conversations with family members, can we be in a space of learning to just listen as well as we want to speak? See what the other person has to say first before you start saying something. 7 and 6 is 13, which is in perfect alignment to your fourth house energy. That 4, it's your foundation. And you get to build balance in your foundation. You get to build the communication, the compassion, the kindness, the love that you wish to see. That's that balance energy that you have in your fourth house. 4 is all about being patient. 4 is all about being disciplined. 4 is about stability. 4 is about balance and your foundation. Love that. So as you are working on building that balance in your home, with your family, seeing yourself as the mother that you are, what you're mothering on, you're completing a karmic cycle. You're completing a karmic cycle. Something new is taking place. You're seeing yourself for the first time in a different way, is what I just heard. You're seeing yourself for the first time in a different way. And why you're seeing yourself for the first time in a different way is because you're finally grounded and you finally feel like you can be supported by earth, where you can see things in a different way because your foundation, you're building, you're working on this foundation where everything doesn't have to be so harsh. Love that. Third card, this week you could be the leader. You could be the leader. You could be the one to make the first step. You could be the one to make the first step. You don't have to follow the leader. You could be the leader. This is your work that you're here to do this week. In your fourth house energy, which is about the family. Family doesn't have to be just where you live. Family could be at work as well. So you get to be the leader this week. You get to make a change this week. You get to change something. You get to do the work that you came here to do, and you get to change something. As mentioned, both cards are in the root chakra. So this is definitely a really great week for you to feel supported by the earth, but also be in that space where you could be the leader. You could take charge. You could be the protector. You could be the provider as well, providing new ways of doing things, new ways of doing things. And this is about building your foundation, finding that balance in your home. Love that, love that, love that for Sagittarius. Love that. All right, Capricorn. So how are you Capricorns feeling? There's still a lot of energy in Capricorn. We still have Pluto, who's going to be there for quite some time. Venus is still in Capricorn. Is Venus in Capricorn? I always ask that question. No, yes, Venus is still in Capricorn. I always get confused if Venus is in Capricorn or not. Let's find out. Hold that thought. Gonna look it up because I always get confused. Gotta look at my notes every once in a while because sometimes there's just so much to remember and I just don't always remember. So give me a second just to check that out. Just want to make sure I'm bringing you the right information. Where Venus is, actually, Venus is not in Capricorn anymore. Venus is actually in Aquarius. So what's in Capricorn right now, as we speak, just Pluto is in Capricorn right now, which is actually a really good thing. So when we think about Capricorn energy and Pluto, it's helping us to really do demolition. So Capricorn, there's been a lot of energy in your chart in the last couple of months. So how are you feeling? And because you are in your third house energy, which is associated with actually Gemini, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury, this energy for you for this week, as Mercury moves into Pisces, could be really powerful for you in reference to the things you get to say, how you want to speak, what you want to learn, what you want to teach. And what I hear here is, what do you want to learn? What do you want to learn this week? This could be a really, as Mercury moves into Pisces, this could be a period of time where you become the student and you start learning something fabulous about yourself. So this is Capricorn. So let's find out. First card's in reverse. Second card's in reverse. And third card's upright. So yep for that. Interesting card. So like I said, 2 cards in reverse, 1 card's upright. So this is for Capricorn energy. Capricorns, you're in your third house energy, which is all about communication. And third house is ruled by Mercury. So here we go. This week in itself, lots of change coming in, but there's resistance. There's resistance because that change is about how you communicate. So it's really important to start doing some changing on how you communicate. What you say to yourself, the stories you're telling yourself, and how you listen to others. Are you constantly saying the old story? Well, it's time to change the old story. Communication is going to be very different for you as we move into this Mercury energy in Pisces this week. So become aware of how you communicate. Become aware of how you listen. Take time to communicate in a different way. Lots of changes coming in this week for you Capricorns. Lots of changes. But as these changes do take place, it's very important to be patient. Although the cards are in reverse, so patience is going to be required of you this week. It's very important to have patience. It's very important to tap into your heart and allow yourself just to be in a state of peace and calmness this week. That 4 energy is your foundation. The foundation, which is your home. When we think about that 5 and 4, so far, perfect combination here. So even though the cards are in reverse, it's also letting you know that everything's in perfect order. And I'm loving the last card that shows up with this to confirm it, which is all about unconditional love. Love unconditionally. Let go of any restrictions you may have to loving yourself or to somebody else, and love unconditionally. 9 and 6 works out to be a 6. So this is definitely a week for you to heal. Heal the way you communicate. Heal in reference to being able to have more patience in reference to how you communicate this week. That sacral energy is all about allowing you to be more confident so you can love yourself unconditionally. Now, as I said, this is perfect order. So we have 6, we have 5, we have 4. So although 2 of the cards are in reverse this week for you Capricorns, this is a week of perfect order. Everything is going to be in perfect order. You just have to be willing to make changes and be patient enough and love yourself unconditionally and love others unconditionally as well. Love that for Capricorn. All right, Aquarius. Yes. So Aquarius, for you guys, there's a lot of energy for you, as we already established. There is, at least for the next 3 days, Mercury is still in Aquarius, Venus is in Aquarius, and Saturn is in Aquarius right now. Still been. So we think about Saturn. Saturn is the structure. How is your structure working? Venus is our planet of love, relationship, and money. And we already know Mercury is all about communication. So, being that you Aquarius are in your second house, this is all about your physical and material possessions. It's also about your relationships. Excuse me. And when we think about our relationships and physical and material possession, it really is about structuring. How is that structure changing for you this week? So let's see what's going to go on and how Mercury, as it moves out of Aquarius, is going to help you shift things a little bit as it moves out of Aquarius. Excuse me. I always say anytime there's a shift coming out from one zodiac sign to another, where the planets are shifting, that means there's a lot of energy that's going to be shifting for that particular zodiac sign. So, very important to stay grounded. Let's see what cards show up. Excuse me. Interesting on the first card. I did say grounded, right? Okay, so you Aquarius for this week, because again, Mercury is moving out of Aquarius, it's very important to stay grounded, but also recognize that there's a karmic completion. As Mercury has been in Aquarius, and now it's going to be moving out, you are completing a cycle regarding communication. So that's fun. And you may not know what it is, so take some time to ground yourself so you can, excuse me, reward yourself for what you've completed. A brand new door is going to open as Mercury moves into Pisces. It's very important to get grounded so you can focus in on that new thing that's coming in, as opposed to stay focused on what happened. Recognize that cycle is changing and get ready for that new thing that's coming in. And I'm loving the second card. 2 of your cards are in your solar plex, so it's really important to work your solar plex this week. Next card is, this is going to be a very powerful week for you, based on the changes that's taking place where Mercury is moving out of Aquarius and moving into Pisces. Powerful week for you this week. Trust your intuition. 4-4, when we think about it, is a power number. That 4 is about your foundation. So trusting your intuition, trust your foundation as you're in this energy. And also note that that 8 energy is about, as you are making this karmic completion, this change coming in, there's definitely things leaving and new things coming in to help you build the abundance, to help you build the success in your life, recognizing that you are powerful. And all the time Mercury spent in Aquarius helping you with your community is not going to help you communicate on a more intuitive level. So love, love, love that card. And very interesting on the third card, also in solar plex energy, but also the number 8. So we have 2 8 cards here, which is very powerful, recognizing how powerful and how blessed you are is what I just heard. Old soul. So this is letting you know that there's an old soul coming in. An old friend is what I'm hearing. Somebody from the past is going to come in. Maybe that is very much a part of the karmic completion. Do keep in mind that we do still have 3 days before Mercury moves out of Aquarius. So there is still time for somebody from your community to show up. That's going to also help you to see how well what you've accomplished over time, how successful you are. So pay attention to that. There's someone that's showing up for you this week that's going to point out how successful you are, your accomplishments, your achievements. That's that 8 energy. And just recognize how powerful you are and that karmic completion. Love that for Aquarius. Fun for Aquarius. And do remember that you are in your second house energy, which is all about that Taurus energy, about community, physical and material possession. So someone coming in to recognize and compliment you on the work the work that you've had done well, that's a plus. All right, Pisces, happy birthday to you, Pisces. In your first house energy, how you want to be seen, self-expression, new door openings, new opportunities showing up. And now that Mercury is going to be in your actual sign, wow, how's that going to feel for you? I know for me, It's going to feel extremely powerful, as it also felt for me when it was in Aquarius, as I happen to have an Aquarius. My Mercury sits in my Aquarius on my chart. So that was a fun time, and now it's going to be in my sun sign now. So that should be quite interesting on how that's going to play out for me. My internet connection's a little wacky. So let's get this going so we can finish it up with just almost an hour in. So let's see for you Pisces, what's in store for you. There we go. Oh, this is fun. Fun. Oh, my goodness. Pisces, this could not have been any better. All three cards in upright position. We're looking at the root, the solar plex, and the crown. We have two power numbers, and wow, let's just dive into this. So Pisces, this is definitely your week to be a leader, leading into something that 5/5 is 10, which is all about the work that you are doing. You are a leader, you are an entrepreneur. Remember, it's really important to stay grounded, because as a leader, you have to make really quick decisions. There's no time for, well, not sure. Very quick decisions. 5/5. This change is coming in, though. How you are leading, how are you being a leader? There's a change coming in. So be prepared for this week. And that change can very well be because Aquarius, Mercury is moving out of Aquarius and moving into Pisces. So that could be one of the many changes that are happening for you. 5/5, when we think about it, is 10 associated with Capricorn energy, which is the work you came here to do. So there might be some changes going on with that energy right there. But hang in there, because your second card is about a new beginning, which makes sense because it is your birthday month. So this is a new phase in your life. This is also a rebirth. This is also a new opportunity. Also 10. So that means that there's new things coming in regards to the work that you came here to do. And it's very important. This is about your crown chakra. This is about your higher consciousness and what serves you on a higher level. Third card, which I love, powerful. Recognize how powerful you are and recognize the abundance. The double 4 is abundance. There's abundance coming in. Success is coming in. Achievement is coming in. Awards are coming in. This is your foundation. This is what you've been building. And maybe you're in the process of building something even bigger. After all, you're going to be a leader. And this is all related to work. Work. What you came here to do. Your soul's purpose. But trust. And allow yourself not to have limitations. Expect unlimited possibilities and know that unlimited possibilities are happening. Our 8 energy, again, is also about it's time to let go of things that no longer serve. You have a new beginning. A new chapter. You're the leader. Get grounded. Love that for Pisces. Happy birthday to you, Pisces. Well, I am hoping that as I read all 12 zodiac signs and you using your sun, moon, and rising, you have up to 9 cards to work with. And in those 9 cards, hopefully you are working with at least 2 to 3 of your chakras to align your energy this week. I would love to know how this landed with you. Of course, send that to healingwithin76@gmail.com. And for you Taurus out there, please redeem your Reiki treatment, which is a 10-minute complimentary session. You must redeem that within the next 24 hours to take advantage of that session. Can't speak at this point. But anyhow, I do look forward to connecting with all of you next week. I would love to know how this amazing energy of Mercury moving into Pisces is going to work to your highest good, what activates for you, and whatever didn't resonate, put that to the side. Whatever does resonate, take it with you. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. And if you are feeling called to work with me on a more one-on-one level, I would love to connect with you. You could do so by sending me an email, healingwithin76@gmail.com. You can start off with a 12-card Cosmic Energy Soul reading, and we can take it from there. Have yourself an awesome rest of the day or night, wherever you are in the world.